What's up, YouTube? Wanted to do a video on kind of a review on the Arcturus Anorak wool, 100% virgin wool Anorak. I was doing some research wanting an Anorak. I'm kind of into the wool and been getting into wool the past couple years, and wanted to get a wool Anorak. Did some research on them and saw the various it's really awesome that lady is snow blowing in the background. Whatever, hopefully you can hear me. Doesn't matter. I don't got a big YouTube channel or anything like that, but thought I'd throw it on there because in my research I didn't see too many reviews on the Arcturus Anorak. Saw some reviews obviously on the Boreal Mountain, saw some reviews on the Owls Anorak, saw some reviews on Filson Mackinaw wool Anorak, but none on the Arcturus. And if you're like me, you didn't want to drop like $400 to $600 on an Anorak. So here it is. So I got it on I think normally it's about 159 bucks. And I got the only review I was able to find besides on the Arcturus website was a kind of like a wool blog post or something, and in my Google found it, and a dude posted his review, no video, just his thoughts. And one of his statements was he got it on the clearance, which was returned or gently used, and it was 110 bucks or something like that, and I got mine for $111. So I figured, all right, well, the clearance, and I ordered the clearance and got it, and 111 bucks plus tax. I think the shipping was free, and it came in the mail. So here it is. So my thoughts, so I'll take a look. You guys can take a look. I'm 6'1" and 185 pounds, and give or take, and it fits pretty decently. So this is a large, so 185 pounds, 6'1". I do kind of got a little bit longer arms and a longer torso, and it does go down to about that knuckle on my hand. Right, I want to keep my gloves on. It's about 8 degrees here in the Detroit area during our little kind of winter freeze, first winter freeze of the year. But 100% virgin wool. So I'll take a look around. Right, it goes down to not too long, just below my nut, below my butt, top of the thigh, in the back, in the front, and it does have the slits on the side. The slits aren't huge. The overall, I would say, the overall seams, tailoring of it, make of it is pretty good. I will say I'm pretty impressed. It looks pretty heavy duty. All the seams are great. It's got that full pocket in the front, goes all the way through. There is a kind of a divider, like separating from front and back, so you could have some things in the front, things in the back, but it doesn't go all the way through. It's like kind of midway. So like I've had my phone in one and my wallet in the other, that kind of stuff. I even put like a little hand warmer. I went for a walk in the woods in the front here, and just dropped it in there. Had my hands in there, and they kept it pretty warm. It took me a little bit. It's got, what I like is on an Anorak, this big front pouch, and this goes all the way. It doesn't stop. It goes, the front parts goes all the way to the side seam. So it's pretty bigger. So I look at pictures of the Filson, it's kind of like sewed right there and stopped. But this goes all the way to the seam, so you got double, almost the entire front is doubled. And you got this right here because you got a big piece of wool right there. And there are some buttons right there. If you can see, kind of, it's got a button right there, and there's 1, 2, and 3. So it goes down all the way here, and you can unbutton that and pull it back and kind of fold it if you want and have that open if you wanted to. I didn't know how I would like this, but it's so easy to pull and cinch that up and tighten that up. You know, you don't have to mess with a whole bunch of buttons, and if you have a zipper, it might fail a lot, but I would say, and then if I want to loosen it up, all I got to do is pull it like that, open it up again, and it's somewhat loose again. As far, and if I go, I got obviously my wool Stormy Chromer on, but if I pull this up like this, the hood, and some people in the reviews on Arcturus were like, the hood's too big. Honestly, guys, I mean, if you're wearing a wool anorak already, I mean, you might want to just have a big hood. I don't know. I mean, if you're wearing the anorak, you're going for the anorak look. Who cares? But me, whatever. As people talked about this and like this, they say it's great for backpacking. As far as on the Arcturus website, some people in the reviews were saying that one person said, I probably wouldn't be wearing this for backpacking, and I would definitely agree, because this weighs about 3.5 to 4 pounds, and maybe a little bit less, maybe 3 pounds, a little under 3 pounds. So I don't know if I would want to have a wool anorak for backpacking, because it's a bit heavy if you're doing some serious backcountry backpacking. But if it's going to be the garment you're going to wear, it might work out. It's a little bit bulky. I haven't tried it, but to put a whole pack on it, it's pretty big. And if I get my straps and all that and strap it down, I don't know if I would want to have that kind of bulk while I'm backpacking. But anyway, that's a side note. Let's look at the actual wool itself. It's 100% virgin wool. People were talking about the smell. You can smell that. I think it's lanolin, right? In the wool, you can definitely smell it. I don't care about that too much, and it's I've had it for about a week, and it kind of sits out, and the smell's dissipated a little bit. But I did wear it, and it was kind of the first couple days I got it, I was outside, and it was kind of like sleeting, rainy, because it wasn't this cold, and the water was beating right up. So I was really impressed with the water just beating right up, and I could actually shake it off, and it came right down. So as far as like the wool and having the natural waterproofness or water resistance, it's there. When you talk about, so I'm kind of I'm two-sided about the actual material itself. One, is it scratchy? Yeah, it's scratchy. I've got an old Woolrich coat from the 50s, which I love, and it's that coat, the Woolrich, is thicker than this. I was a little bit disappointed. It's not that this wool is not that thick. They say, I forgot exact. Maybe it was like, I can't remember the actual GSM or ounce that's on the website. You can check that out yourself. But I wish it was just a little bit thicker, to the point where I have decided to kind of make a liner for this. So this is not lined, it's all the way to the wool. Right now I'm wearing a sweater and then a base layer underneath that, and it's about 8 degrees, and I'm kind of warm. I mean, I am warm, but I mean, I'm feeling the cold on my shoulders and stuff like that. So if you want something that is going to definitely keep the cold out and this and that, maybe the other ones that are more expensive might do it. The wool here, and I was looking at the reviews, again, I don't have any other anoraks or wool anoraks to compare it to, So this wool construction is 100% virgin wool. I believe this looks like felt. It doesn't. It's a very tight felt. So I'm somewhat impressed with that. It's not loom woven like some other things that might be softer in that. So this is kind of like a felt. It's a little bit thicker. I've got a Stormy Chromer jacket. It's not the cruiser, but I've got the kind of Stormy Chromer wool zip-up jacket. This is thicker than that, but it's not as soft. So this is kind of scratchy. You got to just get used to it and just deal with it if you like it. But for $111, I mean, come on, you're getting 100% virgin wool Anorak. That it's this this thing, the way it looks and the way this thing's meant to be used. So if you're out doing a lot of work outside in the cold, you're not going to worry about this thing failing on you as far as like ripping or any of that stuff. This thing's pretty tough. I would have to. So I'm very pleased with how tough it is. And a liner, a removable liner would be nice, or just layering it up. But like as far as like if I wasn't wearing these layers, and granted it's about 8 degrees outside, but if I wasn't wearing these layers, I would be kind of cold. End of last week when it was about 30 degrees outside, and I didn't have a big old sweater underneath this. I just had like one, long sleeve thinner shirt, and I put this on and I went outside. I was kind of cold, and I was a little bit disappointed with that. But if you're layering it up and you stay active outside, this is definitely worth it. So it's got the these look like more metal than actual plastic, which is probably a good thing. So these kind of pull up right here to bring the hood. This stays up. I like how tall this is, so that's pretty good. And like I said, you can kind of actually with this button, I've taken this button and I've done that, and I folded this thing down in there if I'm like, with normal people who are like, what are you wearing? And you don't want that big thing in your face. You just kind of fold that down. It's in there, and it kind of just looks like a hoodie. People aren't like, oh, what's that? That's kind of crazy. But it's worth it. It's not the $40 cheap thing that you've seen on Amazon that people are like, man, this thing's a ripoff from China. I believe Arcturus makes this, and I forgot to let's look at the tag real quick up because it'll probably say all new materials, Arcturus Inuit Anorak, designed in Washington, made in India. So this thing's made in India. Allow Anorak to dry completely, then brush with a medium stiff nylon brush to remove dirt and debris, to remove odor, tumble dry in air dryer for an hour to ensure. So I'm pretty sure if you do want this, because it's virgin wool, you're not throwing this in the washer, you're getting it dry clean. You're just brushing it clean if you need to. I don't care too much about the smell, like I've said, and now I'm repeating myself. So hopefully, and one last thing. So the fibers, if you look on it, I don't know if you can see, there are a lot of like little hairs, right? So this is definitely natural, and this is definitely kind of, it's not super soft wool. Is it the scratchiest wool you'll ever encounter? I don't think it is. It's but it's not super fine. It's not a Filson, that's for sure. But 100% virgin wool that's somewhat thick. I would say this isn't as thick as a Filson. I don't think this is 24 ounce. It seems more like a 20 ounce or a high teens, something like that. But that's my review. Hopefully you dug it. I went on for quite a bit. By the way, I'm from Michigan, so Stormy Chromer hat, 100% wool I got from the factory up in Ironwood, Michigan. Just a shameless plug for my home state company, Stormy Chromer, all made in USA. All made in USA, folks. Anyway, but the Anorak, made in India. But Arcturus Anorak. So would I give it a rating? I'd give it an 8, high 7. I mean, I wish it was a little bit thicker, but I will be probably doing an update and showing you the liner I got in the works for this. But anyway, there you go, Arcturus Anorak. If you want to spend 160, maybe it's worth it if you get it on the clearance, like the other guy said on the internet. 111 bucks, 100% wool Anorak. You can't beat it. There you go, internet. There you go, YouTubers. Peace.